This episode is brought to you by Blink. Blink Friday starts now with up to 65% off Blink Smart Security. Check on your pets all season long with new Blink Mini 2K Plus cameras. See your gifts arrive in head-to-toe view with Blink Video Doorbell. Ready to use right out of the box. Just unwrap Blink and go. From pet parents to jet setters to busy families, Blink Friday deals have your holidays covered. Shop now at amazon.com/blink.
The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is happening now. Here's what's on everyone's wish list. Enjoying holiday jingles with brilliant 3D audio that surrounds you? Check. Watching snow flurries through the panoramic Vista roof? Check. Packing up presents with the spacious Lincoln Splitgate? Check. Everything you want. All standard on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV. Visit your local Lincoln retailer or learn more at Lincoln.com for exceptional offers on 2025 Lincoln vehicles today.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Breaking news.
Good evening and happy Thanksgiving. This is TJ McCormack in for Rita Cosby on the Rita Cosby Show on this Thanksgiving night. 6 minutes past the hour on the Red Apple Audio Networks. And we do have breaking news in case you were in the middle of family and dinner and counting your own blessings. The unfortunate news came through that one of the National Guardsmen did indeed die of their wounds. Here is Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. with the
two National Guardsmen that we're talking about are Sarah Beckstrom, who's 20 years old, and Andrew Wolf, who is 24 years old. They were uniformed members of the West Virginia National Guard, and they were in D.C. to keep D.C. safe.
And that was when Jeanine Pirro announced the names for the first time. And since that announcement, we found out that Sarah Beckstrom, one of the West Virginia National Guard members, did indeed pass away. And that is, of course, the news that everyone was hoping would not come to pass, especially on Thanksgiving. It was bad enough, sad enough that we were going into the Thanksgiving holiday with these two national servants, national heroes in the hospital. We went into Thanksgiving Eve praying for their families, praying for their well-being, praying for all of our service members, as we always do on Thanksgiving. And just a couple hours ago, again, while those of us who lead very safe, very sane, very normal civilian lives were enjoying turkey and family and trimmings and love and dessert and all that. If we were near a phone or a tablet or the such, we learned. And now we deliver to you here on the Rita Cosby Show that unfortunate news. And President Trump was the one to announce the passing of the 20-year-old. Sarah was 20 years old. And the president announced it during a Thanksgiving evening call to a half dozen military units to mark the Thanksgiving holiday. And he said, quote, "She's just passed away. She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now." And those are the words from a somber Trump as he spoke to service members. He said she was an incredible person, outstanding in every single way. It's a lovely photo of Sarah from what looks like probably her high school graduation. Could be from some college program. No, it's her high school. It's her high school graduation photo. It's on NewYorkPost.com. Beckstrom had been listed in critical condition. She had been shot in the chest and the head while standing guard in Washington, D.C. So very, very sad, very, very unfortunate. And the fact that she was killed by an Afghan refugee who was brought over here during the debacle of the rapid and uncoordinated and miscalculated exit from Afghanistan by the Biden administration, timed to coincide with with an anniversary of 9/11, one of those nonsensical, stupid pursuits of headlines by the dopey Biden administration, as they so flippantly went about their business in that embarrassment and dangerous administration. That Afghan refugee was, we'll talk about him later, but he, 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. TJ McCormack here, filling in for Rita Cosby on this Thanksgiving night, 2025. Again, sharing sad news from Washington, D.C., this awful news about this passing of Sarah Beckstrom, 20 years old, 20 years old. And again, at the hands of an Afghan national, an Afghan, as Trump described him as having gone cuckoo. President Trump claimed that the suspect behind the shooting of two, the killing of one at least, National Guards in D.C., Trump said that he went cuckoo, and he faulted poor vetting for letting him into the country during a fiery exchange with a reporter. Again, according to the New York Post, he said he went cuckoo, he went nuts, and that happens too often with these people, Trump told a reporter who highlighted the suspect Ramanullah Lakanwal and his ties to the CIA. Said there was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And he said, we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. President Trump already talking about expediting the deportation process for many of those who were fast-tracked on an expedited entry into the United States following our haphazard exit from Afghanistan. And you see what doing something when you don't have a plan, how that can sometimes, those chickens can come home to roost. We from earlier, we also have Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was very resolute in how he addressed the fallout from these shootings. Let's go to cut one, if you have a moment, please. Cut one, Pete Hegseth.
We're here in the Caribbean, about to go get on a couple of ships and have Thanksgiving meals with our troops. But our minds are also in Washington, D.C., with the two great Americans who were ambushed and targeted. And we're prayerful for them, for all those around them, for their families. We're pulling for them, and we have their backs.
And unfortunately, again, one of those two has passed. And that is truly, truly, truly a very, very sad thing. And so, again, as we count our blessings here on a Thanksgiving, a day driven by gratitude, a day driven by humility and self-awareness and awareness of those people around us that we're grateful for and we're humbled by. Perhaps we can coalesce as a group that always gathers here for Rita's program every evening from 10 to midnight. And we can discuss some of that. And by the way, if anybody has anyone serving in the military or anybody who is who would like to send any sort of Thanksgiving greetings to their loved ones or someone that they're missing this Thanksgiving, 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. By all means, let us help you honor that person and honor anyone else that you're grateful for. Many of us have wonderful mentors. Many of us have people who have picked us up in life and shown us the light when we thought there was only darkness. We have had. I'd like to actually thank God for just on my way here to the studios here in Midtown Manhattan. Had a split-second moment where Thanksgiving could have turned into an awful tragedy right in front of me, about 2 blocks from the studios here in Midtown East. And I was quite shaken up until about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. And basically, as we were waiting for a light to change, a dad with a child in a stroller decided to bolt out at the last minute, well after the light had turned green. And as I proceeded forward, it was only at the very last second that he entered into my headlights. And I was able to get off the gas and on the brake less a second before crashing into him and his little girl. And so I sit here now grateful for that timing. That was clearly God. I don't mean to get too heavily God on you here on this Thanksgiving, but sometimes you just have to acknowledge that it's not just timing. I think God grabbed that dad by the collar and took my foot off the gas at the same time and saved at least one little life and possibly his life as well, and stopped from ruining my life for the rest of my time on this earth. I don't know how I would have dealt with that. 1-800-848-9222. Plenty to talk about here on this Thanksgiving evening. We also have other news that will be affecting the everywhere from New York out to the West Coast, all throughout the Red Apple Audio Network land. The end of Trump lawfare at long last, the Georgia election case has been dismissed. Just when you thought all the good news for dismissed cases was going towards Tish James and James Comey, the James gang, we got word yesterday that the Georgia judge dismissed the 2020 election interference case. The trumped-up, no pun charges were finally dismissed. More than a dozen allies and supporters Wednesday after the case's new prosecutor moved for all charges to be dropped, saying that pursuing the matter would be, quote-unquote, unproductive. The dismissal means Trump no longer faces any open criminal cases after 2 federal cases led by former special prosecutor Jack Smith. Going to be hearing a lot more about Jack Smith and his interesting ways of pursuing the president, including, I believe it was Smith that we're talking about, where he was the one that was tapping the phone lines and phone records of United States senators. Lindsey Graham is cussing up a storm left and right in his special way. You haven't heard the F-bomb till you heard Lindsey Graham drop it. Anyway, we're going to be hearing plenty more about Jack Smith. But anyway, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee threw out the case less than an hour after Peter Skandalakis, call him Scandal for short, who appointed himself prosecutor after he failed to find anyone else willing to take the job following the ouster of another great famous name, the shamed Fani Willis. We like to call her Fannie Willis, after she was Gonzville and filed a motion to dismiss the case against Trump and 14 other defendants. So that's that good news. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we have our phone lines filling up here again on a Thanksgiving evening as we are looking at the news led by the unfortunate fact that we have lost one of those 2 guardsmen ambushed in Washington and we pray for her soul and for her family's recovery in this very, very, very sad time. And so we will hear from you at 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Her name was Sarah Beckstrom, and we're praying for her and her family this evening. This is TJ McCormack filling in for Rita Cosby on the Red Apple Audio Networks.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This shrimp and coconut sauce is divine. What's your secret?
Goya coconut milk.
How does it taste so good?
It's all in that real coconut flavor and that rich, creamy texture.
What about thickeners and added sugars?
None. Just smooth, coconutty goodness.
What can I make with it?
From curries to sweet treats like coconut flan, the possibilities are endless.
Goya coconut milk. Take your cooking to the next level. No question about it. Find it in the Goya section of your local grocery store. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Hi, I'm here to pick up my son Milo. There's no Milo here.
Who picked up my son from school?
Streaming only on Peacock.
I'm gonna need the name of everyone that could have a connection.
You don't understand. It was just the 5 of us.
So this was all planned. What are you gonna do? I will do whatever it takes to get my son back.
I honestly didn't see this coming. These nice people killing each other.
All Her Fault. A new series streaming now only on Peacock.
You don't technically need this car. You say that out loud to yourself. You say, I have no space. You say, I'm just looking. Then you click. Then you zoom in on photo number 87 and whisper, oh no. Then you text a friend, the one who always enables you. You say to yourself, this is the last one, knowing it is not. You don't need this car. But maybe, just maybe, this car needs you. Bring a trailer. It's never just a car.
At IKEA, your dreams can come true. Well, maybe not the ones where you're being chased by a monster. We're talking about kitchen dreams. And there are IKEA products and solutions for all of them. Whether it's a whole new kitchen, a statement glassware set, or just new cutlery. If you got big dreams or small dreams and any size of budget, IKEA can help you bring them to life. Visit IKEA.us/dreamkitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities.
It's the Rita Cosby Show.
Ah, yes. Good evening and welcome back. This is the Rita Cosby Show. My name is TJ McCormack, filling in for Rita Cosby on this Thanksgiving evening. 1-800-848-9222. It's 25 minutes past the hour, and we are talking about the unfortunate passing of Sarah Beckstrom, one of 2 National Guardsmen who were attacked. She has, in Washington, D.C., succumbed to her injuries a few hours ago. Guardsman Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition. Anyone involved in this attack, anyone who has had a hand in this, including the suspect, we hope will be handled appropriately. Clearly, that's going to happen. And by the way, let's not drop that whole dot connecting that we've been doing for some time now. Whether it was Charlie Kirk, whether it was President Trump himself, whether it was ICE agents and other federal agents out west and in Texas who had been attacked, shot at, mobbed up, doxxed. Again, Kirk assassinated the president, 2 assassination attempts. You can only call somebody or some entity the Gestapo or Nazis or fascists so many times before somebody is going to take the situation into their own hands and feel that they're doing the right thing. And for the last couple of days, we've heard that choir singing, that leftist choir singing their song, all from the same songbook. Most notably in the last immediate few days when we saw that obnoxious video that came out from those members of the Senate, including, what was his name? Mark Kelly, was that his name? What was it? Yeah, the senator. Yeah, Yeah, the Baldy, the former military himself, who's currently under investigation for the sedition bunch. All right, gang, we're going to take our hard bottom of the hour break. When we come back, all of your calls at 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Steve, Mike, Stan, Norman, Joaquin, and you here on The Rita Cosby Show. There's a lot of people been opening their mouths, and now people are dying.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... there, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana. This is a real good story about Bronx and his dad, Ryan. Real United Airlines customers.
We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age.
That's Andrew, a real United pilot.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future.
It felt like I was the captain.
Allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
That's how good leads the way.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Komm du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Rita Cosby is on.
Good evening and happy Thanksgiving. This is TJ McCormack in for Rita Cosby on Thanksgiving evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And whether you're on your way home from a gathering or working the night shift somewhere in America on Thanksgiving, we're with you. And we thank you for listening here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. Getting a little angry as I continue to pour through the week's news and reminded of the big mouths on the left who have been just stoking the fire and stoking the flames. Of course, we speak of Jamie Raskin, the particularly egregious Democrat out of Maryland who in August accused President Trump of inflicting a, quote, textbook authoritarian maneuver after announcing the plan to deploy National Guard in Washington, D.C. to address a, quote, phony manufactured crisis. I also get angry as I think about the rotund and offensive Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, who no doubt is having thirds in Illinois right now, who has sparred with Trump over his desire to put the National Guard in Chicago and accused President Trump of staging an invasion and a militarization of our American cities. And let's not forget Senators Alyssa Slotkin and Senator Mark Kelly, Representatives Jason Crow, Chris DeLuzio, Maggie Goodlander of New Hampshire, and Chrissy Houlihan of Pennsylvania. All of them talking about the military, how the military should disobey illegal orders. This is the sort of thing you can only, as we said, you can only refer to people and entities as Nazis and fascists And in this case, when you talk about about ICE or our federal agents, or in this case, the National Guard, referring to them as the Gestapo, referring to them as the bad guys. And well, here comes a true proper bad guy, an Afghan national who has relations to our CIA, which is how the heck he got in the country in the first place after a disastrous exit from Afghanistan by the Biden administration. 1-800-848-9222. Broadcasting from a city here, New York, that's about to have an on-the-record anti-Semite Islamo-fascist himself about to take over this city. How comfortable are we going to be, let alone our Jewish sisters and brothers in New York with the largest Jewish population outside of Israel? Oh, good times ahead, no doubt. Let's go to Steve in Bed-Stuy. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to the Rita Cosby Show. I'm TJ.
Hello, TJ. Happy and healthy to everyone.
Thank you, and to you as well. God bless.
We have spoken previously. You don't know the Stillwell Avenue subway station where Debrina Kuam and now Sarah Beckstrom, remember their names, where Debrina Kuam was burned alive a year ago, coming December 22nd.
That was a year ago.
So I ask the people who are listening who know the Stillwell station to give their opinion to you in response to my suggestion, which I have given to Curtis Lee, who loves it. His captain at Coney Island loves it. Hashi Tischler loves it. Senator Steve Chan loves it. They say, great. It sounds great. Here, a stage 100 feet away from where Debrina was killed, in the middle of the Stillwell Avenue subway station on the overpass. There's a 12 by 36 open area at one end. And if you want to do something right away to lift people's spirits, something we can all come together with, start playing seasonal music in that station. It's a dome. It's a natural theater. I talk to the people who work
do it in her name.
Pigeon poop.
And do it in her name. And do it in Debrina Kuam's name.
I was saying, call it the Debrina Kuam stage. No, the Debrina Kuam Sarah Beckstrom stage.
Okay. All right. I love that idea. And you know what? That's one way to sort of, create a silver lining in an awful cloud of an awful murder. One of the worst things that and again, no thanks to or thanks to or because of social media, we all saw it. Oh, it's amazing. That's the sort of thing that nobody should ever have to see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you just wonder just how safe are we going to be with a mayor coming in, a mayor-elect who has yet to truly, properly rebuke the notion of globalizing the Intifada. I wonder if did he offer thoughts and prayers yet? You know what? Shame on me. I need to take a look. I need to take a look at Zohran K. Mamdani's Twitter feed and see if he's offered up any thoughts or prayers for the guardsman who lost her life. Let's go to Mike in South Carolina. Good morning, dear buddy. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning, TJ. Happy Thanksgiving. Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you.
And what a shame. This is the climate we're living in, and it's going to get worse, I hope. Not. 20-year-old female from West Virginia, National Guard. Okay?
Yeah.
500 extra National Guard Donald Trump wants to put in D.C. The opposition of that mayor in Chicago and the governor in Illinois. And it's amazing with Mandami, okay, how his mantra was, New York deserved 9/11. Outrageous. Pro-Muslim terrorists is what we have, and it's getting crazy. You can't make it up. And you had, TJ, I referred to this to people, who had a twist of fate. Not going and getting caught at 9/11. Right. You had a twist of fate tonight.
Yes, sir.
You certainly did.
Yep.
Yep. So, President Trump will continue doing what he's doing, cleaning up the message. Joe Biden, Kamala, all the other far left Democratic demons.
I tell you what, you know what, Mike? You make a good point. You reminded me. how many of us thought that the ramifications of that debacle, we thought the ramifications were going to be just that, that the bad guys, that the Taliban were going to get their hands on all that equipment we left behind. We thought that, that it was, we all thought about how the rapid exit and the crazy shambles of an exit from Afghanistan simply going to have ramifications in the region, and what was going to happen to Afghanistan in the hands of the Taliban. It didn't really occur to us, a lot of us, about how those chickens could come home to roost here in terms of who was going to get in, because you know what, as Joaquin's going to want to talk about in a minute or two, is the idea that this guy clearly had connections to the CIA, which is how he got a ticket into the United States. We were, in the business of protecting a lot of these guys that were translators and facilitators for our boots on the ground. We made sure that we were going to help them out. But you know what? Not every translator for our boots on the ground was necessarily a good dude with our best intentions in mind. And now we got this to deal with, Mike, I'm sure I'll talk to you later, buddy. I'll talk to you in a few hours. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. This is TJ McCormack. I'm in for Rita Cosby here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. And again, we're talking about this rhetoric, this leftist rhetoric that has absolutely, talk about chickens coming home to roost. That's what I hate to be fired up on Thanksgiving. I really, don't you just wish that we could be talking about counting our blessings? Don't you just wish that we could just do a little look back at, fun, interesting facts about Thanksgiving and, what did they really eat? What did the Pilgrims share with the Indians, and did they really sit that, all that? I'd love to be doing that. But unfortunately, as I sit here and remind myself of these dopey, embarrassing leftists who infect this country through their role as elected officials, these cancers in Washington who represent constituents that just seem oblivious to the garbage that their most favored elected officials spew. Look, you can always talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Maxine Waters, always happy to lend a hand when it comes to casting aspersions on otherwise good people in America. I hate being this fired up on Thanksgiving. But Representative Maxine Waters, the lovely Maxine, she of the many wigs, said ahead of the D.C., she better not stand too close to Pritzker, he'll eat it. Wouldn't it be wild to see J.D. Pritzker just reach across, just in a moment of being famished, his blood sugar dropping, grabs one of Maxine Waters' wigs and just eats it like it's a Fig Newton? Maxine Waters said ahead of the D.C. deployment that Trump was aiming to lead the nation to civil war. She said, "This would-be dictator is using confrontational tactics to provoke a standoff. He is just itching to invoke martial law and, yes, even push for civil war." That's Maxine Waters. Geez, I wonder why there's so much pushback. I wonder why. Well, you know why? Because the people that Maxine Waters preaches to, the lemmings and the sheep, that Jamie Raskin preaches to, and Pritzker and Alyssa Slotkin and the rest of the reprehensible leftists, the problem here is that the ones that they're preaching to, the leftists who are preached to by the leftists, to them they believe that the ends justify everything. The ends justify everything. And therefore, let's block the trucks. Let's take shots at them. Let's shoot and kill a free speech loving 31-year-old new father. Let's take a shot at a guy running for president. These same people, fascist, dictator, fascist, Nazi, Gestapo. Well, there's a 20-year-old dead now. There's a 20-year-old dead. Had they offered up thoughts and prayers for the Gestapo? when they finally do, when you do hear the thoughts and prayers go up from the left for Sarah, who succumbed to her wounds today, Thanksgiving, we should all wonder, boy, are they actually putting up prayers for a Gestapo jackboot thug? 1-800-848-9222. Again, I'm fired up, and I apologize for that. But, you just got to keep it real. And on Thanksgiving, when you're counting your blessings, you also got to call a spade a spade. Let's talk to Stan in Forest Hills. Stan, good evening. Happy Thanksgiving to you on line 3. This is
let's talk
TJ.
about some good news. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I mean really good news.
I welcome it.
The way I see it.
Yes.
Right now, a Councilwoman Menin.
Yes.
New York.
Yes.
Well, let me talk.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Menin,
yes.
56,
yeah.
Has the votes to become the first Jewish, and I mean Jewish, city council president, and she's got the votes. She will be the next city. Now, what does this mean? This will put a damn stopgap on Mandani to stop it. She agrees with him on housing and that type of thing and unaffordable things like rent. That we can all, I think, agree on.
Sure.
But other than that, she will put a knife in his throat if he tries to do anything past money.
Let's tap the brakes.
Good news. That's great news.
Yeah, it's good news. Yeah,
and I'm a Democrat.
I know,
I'm a liberal, and she's a liberal.
Yes, I know.
She's not a progressive.
She's Stan. This is my first time, I think, talking to you. I've heard you many times.
We spoke before.
Oh, did we? Oh, okay. Well, I often hear you when you call in
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Rita. Compliment. Yes, Rita. Thank you, Stan.
Well,
but anyway, lovely Stan. The thing is we have to see if the other Democrats, she's got this broad coalition of votes. We have to see if those, because they have to hold out between now and January, February when they vote.
She said it's solid. It's solid.
Solid,
you're right.
But based on the word of these Democrats in a town that's where this guy's got his Mamdani mandate. Let's see if those votes coalesce and hold on. She's going to have to rely on her staff and her coalition to hold together. Our lips to God's ears that this coalition holds forth, and she does in fact get that speakership.
She's got about 8 Republicans and about 15 or 18, and some progressive. Hold on to your hat. Some progressive.
Yeah.
She says it's solid. And she's waiting for January. So we'll see. That's positive news.
It's good news. It is good news. Thank you, Stan. And good to hear from you and happy Thanksgiving. 1-800-848-9222. Let's get this last break out of the way. And when we come back, we have Norman, Joaquin, Peter, Paul, Mary, and all of you here on The Rita Cosby Show with me, TJ McCormack, filling in on a Thanksgiving night. And 1-800-848-9222 is the number to join us here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. Stay right there. We shall return.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And now a message from McAfee.
Your package couldn't be delivered.
You owe thousands in unpaid tolls.
You want a free gift.
If texts like these sound familiar, McAfee can help. McAfee automatically identifies text and email scams as well as AI-generated audio to help you stay safe. If they're faking it, they're not making it past us. Get award-winning scam detection today. McAfee.com/keepitreal.
From writer-director Ryan Johnson.
The Holy Grail. A perfectly impossible crime.
Wake Up Dead Man has critics singing its praises.
God help me. Anything else?
It's a deliciously entertaining mystery.
That's nice.
It's certified fresh.
It's a miracle.
Okay, you're freaking me out now.
It's the best Knives Out movie yet.
This case is solvable, right?
Oh, you'll see. It's fun.
Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery starring Daniel Craig. Now played in select theaters on Netflix December 12th. Rated PG-13.
Wherever Bud goes, his harmonica goes with him. It's a pocket full of soul. Now he's living with prostate cancer. He asked his doctor about Xtandi and enzalutamide. Extandi 40 milligram tablets treats men with prostate cancer that has spread to other parts of the body and responds to a medical or surgical treatment to lower testosterone. Extandi may cause serious side effects: seizure, a brain condition called PRESS, allergic reactions, heart disease that can lead to death, falls and bone fractures, swallowing problems, or choking that can lead to death. Stop Extandi and get medical help at once if your face, tongue, lip, or throat start swelling. Tell your doctor at once if you faint, have a seizure, quickly worsening headache, decreased alertness, confusion, vision problems, chest pain or discomfort, or shortness of breath. Extandi can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during and 3 months after Extandi. Common side effects include muscle and joint pain, feeling unusually tired, hot flashes, constipation, less appetite, diarrhea, high blood pressure, bleeding, falls, fractures, and headache. Talk to your doctor and visit Extandi.com.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This is the Rita Cosby Show.
Good evening. Good evening, all. It's TJ McCormack in for Rita Cosby here on this Thanksgiving night, 1-800-848-9222. We're connecting the dots. You can only call so many people and so many entities and so many people of service who put themselves in danger to protect us. You can only call them disparaging names and accuse them of terrible things before insane people take action in their own hands. And perhaps inspired by that, this Afghan national with CIA connections ambushed 2 National Guardsmen, and one of them lost her battle earlier today while we were all enjoying our Thanksgiving. And that is just an awful, awful shame. 1-800-848-9222. Let's get over to Norman in Brooklyn. Norman, good evening. Welcome to the Rita Cosby program with TJ.
Good evening and happy Thanksgiving to you, TJ.
And to you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Words can kill. Yeah. You're completely correct. The constant barrage of anti-guardsmen, anti-army, anti-America, and all this stuff, calling them Nazis, calling them Gestapo, and all that. Yeah, this is the end result of that. The dehumanizing. Yeah. It leads to things like this. Yeah. And what I have to say is, I'm particularly furious at this case. I am the son of 2 immigrants to this country. Okay, both of them came to this country to make better lives for themselves. My father because of poverty and anti-Semitism, and my mother because of the Nazis. Okay, and poverty also. But anyway, but and they came here and did nothing, in my opinion, and. Yeah, I mean, they were good citizens. Sure. My mom joined the Army. My father was drafted and, served this country and made lives for themselves. I mean, anyway, the idea that this immigrant comes to this country, okay, and from the hellhole that was, war-torn Afghanistan, comes to America, okay, and living in Washington State, a very nice place, okay, and had the opportunity to improve his life, 7-Eleven's on the corner, and and this is what he does. Yeah, this is what he does. He spits in the face of the country that adopted him with open arms. Okay, and murders two young people. Well, one murders one young person, and the other one is
Sarah Beckstrom was 20 years old.
Injured.
Yeah, yeah,
and I just I'm furious at this, and I say what is wrong with this picture? What is wrong? I think Trump should go much, much further than just, examining the visas of that. I think they should all be expelled from the country.
And you know what, Norman?
I think they need to be made an example of.
To your point, Norman, I think this is reaching a critical mass, and forgive me, I've got to jump because we have the hard break at the top of the hour, and to everybody waiting online, we're gonna open up the next hour with all of y'all. This is reaching a critical mass. We're getting back. Let's not forget that this president is it's very organic, his aversion to war and his aversion to violence. You hear it all the time of all the messages that Donald Trump expresses. It's that he hates violence. He hates murder. He hates war. He hates casualties. Doesn't like when young people die. He's going to take this one very, very seriously. My name is TJ McCormack. I'm in for Rita Cosby on The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Audio Networks, 1-800-848-9222. We shall return on Thanksgiving evening.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.